The world is a troubled place. We must find time to save the human race. Love, unity, and empathy has no place among the human race in this transition. When we live in love and harmony and show respect with unity, only love can set us free to fight injustice wherever it be. Just said the hungry must be fed, but man can't live by only bread. We have the future in our hands. Let's take the track to the promised land. Jamaica, Ethiopia, America, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, from the middle of the graveyard to the center of the sea. Our ancestors, are you and me, we are the great ones. From the beginning of time, we have the heart, the soul, the body, and the mind. Calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling. United we stand, divided we fall. All for one and one for all. Some never know themselves until them back against the wall. Jamaica, Haiti, Nyankopong a call, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, praises to the great ones of our nation. Yeah. Oh yes, I say, united we stand, divided we fall. All for one and one for all. Some will never know themselves until they're back against the wall. Nigeria and Nigeria, the ancients wanna call, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling, Nyankopong, calling. Living demons calling, calling, the global warrior calling, ancient warrior calling, Asia is calling, ancestral powers calling, China is calling, na, yeah. We've got to find a way to unite. Gotta seize on the fight, cause you know it's not right. Living demon is calling. Oh yes, it's calling. Oh, they're calling. Oh, I said they calling.
Hello Hello, dear listeners. Today, Michael Carnegie has something special for you, a business opportunity that might just change your life. Imagine working from the comforts of your own home or anywhere in the world with just your laptop, computer, or smartphone. Intrigued? Well, stay tuned because Michael Carnegie is about to unveil the secrets of an exciting online business. Friends, this isn't your typical business. In fact, it's so unique that you don't sell a single product. Instead, you share the incredible benefits of this opportunity with others, helping them kickstart their journey to passive income. And the best part? It's automated, running 24/7, 365 days a year. So what's the catch? There isn't one. No need to stock inventory, handle shipping, or deal with customer service. Just sit back, relax, and watch your income grow. But how do you get started? That's the easy part. The entire training program is video-based, making it accessible to anyone, regardless of their background or experience. And if you ever find yourself in need of guidance, mentors are there to support you every step of the way. Now you might be wondering, what's the real payoff? Well, here it is. More time with your family. Picture never missing out on your children's important milestones, creating countless memories due to increased travel time, and having the financial freedom to save for retirement and even that dream home. Imagine a life where you're not tied to a 9-to-5 routine, but instead you're in control of your time and your destiny. This is not just a business opportunity, it's a lifestyle change. If you're ready to take the plunge into a world of unlimited potential, where your success is only limited by your ambition, then this online business may just be the game changer you've been waiting for. To learn more and start your journey to financial freedom, visit the website at www.michaelmcarnegie.com. That's www.michaelmcarnegie.com. Don't let this opportunity pass you by.
They revisited one of my keys that was shot that they already paid me back all my money for, and they reopened the case. And some strange judge on the case don't read all of the transcript that was sent to the court from the Nyankopong Maroon government to show that I'm a Maroon high chief and priest and ambassador at large and sit on different committees and board worldwide to protect my indigenous people and my government. And they lock me up here and they don't want to let me go. For 90 days, they want to lock me down for. Alright? So you let everybody else know in the government what's going on. Thank you. The hungry must be fed, but men can't live by only bread. We have the future in our hands.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Yeah, to start out in that dimension, I got some phone calls, and I know brothers and sisters are concerned about situation that is developing. So that is a video message that we send out in the group, and I hope most of us, if not all of us, have listened keenly to what Ambassador Michael has put forward as to why he is being held against his will. And meeting, Pantapa meeting. Just been doing a lot of meetings. And as you know, it's called diplomacy. So we have to exercise that. Even in the most treacherous time, as sovereign, we still have to know that one individual alone cannot do it. It takes a collective um, movement to actually get results. So, as to bring us up to scratch, we have put forward some letters that is being going out to them. We're going to do some videographic explanation also, and I think this happened at a very crucial time when we are highlighting the works of His Excellency, the Right Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. I say that in the sense where we will use even the rock stone. Anything we're coming out with, and we're gonna use it to fight for righteousness. So, with that being said, Ambassador Michael is incarcerated, but he's not dead. So we're still going to interact with him. We're going to still make sure that until he returns to us safe and sound, we're going to keep the light on him until him come out. Agreed? All for one and one for all.
One for all. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, the eye them keep the eye in them thoughts. And if you don't hear we mention him, it is your duty to bring him up because him attached to all of us in some way, shape, or form. Right? So do the necessary inquiry and find out what you have to find out and see how best, if from your angle, go sometimes the ancestors them work in such a spiritual way where you will be put in a situation and you never know the use of the situation until you're put in it. And we try to empower our brothers and sisters. For the challenge them will come. If I should hear anything befall my brother Nigel, Kareem, Mr. Jackson, Mr. James, any one of us here should fall into a predicament. Brother Danny, as far as him over the UK, we're still going to put some positive action towards it. Even with just sharing that video alone, it is an awareness. When you share it with somebody, they must say, oh, that, and now go on, and there comes a reasoning amongst ourselves where we can reason and find solution. It is ironic because today is the day that we talk about being an ambassador for Nyankopong. And this is just one of the price that you may have to pay, right? But there's a greatness on the other side when you're an ambassador because also you get to also exercise some of the rights them that we are talking about in the classroom. Because I'm sure Ambassador Michael now, even if he's having a reason, it's going to be around his ambassadorship where he has done things for our people. So as I said, we're going to use every situation and we're going to make every situation comes like a victory. Yeah, even at times somebody a turn up on your toes sometime, you have to bear the little pain before you push them off it because you want to do anything, you push them good off of your toes so them not come back. Alright. Okay, we have been studying the UCC, but of course, within the ambassadorial part of studying the UCC, we want to make sure that we understand the works when it comes on to standing up for our rights. All right. And I have some few things that I am going to be throwing inside this class tonight. I am also up for my, I'm also up for, I'm also up for my initiation tonight. I will be initiated into the Moorish Temple, chapter number 27. It will be official, and I will be sending it over. Yeah, give thanks. I think it's a small milestone because this will seal the inner standing that we have with the Moorish temple. And I think we're doing these things at a crucial time when, as what's happening to Brother Michael, we need to be everywhere. We say we need to be at the top of the mountain, and we need to be at the bottom of the mountain and the middle of the mountain. Anywhere they put our people, we must have resources. I think that is one of the mere essence that is Excellency Marcus Messiah Garvey talk about. He said that we must never be anywhere and feel alone. So that is why we're making these links. All right. And I want to say thank you so much, brothers and sisters, for walking the journey. When I make this decision to become a sheik, because I am going to be a sheik now, and this with my high priest is a bridge between the Moors and Nyankopong. And it's official when I do it today. All right. Let us see if we can continue on the UCC. But there is something that I want to also put forward. Where the UCC? Yes, it's right here. Any question before we move forward? I stay there and ask question. I ask all like question then when me ask, because he's like a baby in this now when they say everything walk on. All right then. Let me continue. Before I continue, brother Nigel, I have to reach out to you because we have some unfinished business. I need your documents. I spoke to the office today, and we should be getting them thing no later than next week because you have been waiting for a while with your documents. And brother James, thank you so much. I did receive the note today. Thank you so much, brother James.
You're
But
welcome, my brother.
yes, Sister Lana said her love. Um, of course, she's multitasking, and she will be in class for next week, Wednesday. Most of our brothers and sisters who volunteer to come and teach us what they know, they are multitasking people. Yeah, them have a vast amount of things they're doing. So I appreciate of you for just taking the time out to learn more. All right, without any further ado, let's continue now.
Called Federal Reserve notes. But you know that these Federal Reserve notes don't hold their value. I want assurance on this contract that the Federal Reserve notes I get in my retirement will buy as much as the ones I'm giving you now in my working years. They can't make that guarantee. They won't give you that guarantee. Just say, I'd be glad to sign this. But if you can't guarantee performance under the contract, I'm afraid I cannot enter it. 35 now. Did you refuse? Or did they refuse? You can get the sections of the UCC that grant the right to assurance that the contract you have entered will be appropriately fulfilled and that the return will equal the investment, or you can reject the contract using the code. The UCC connection page 39 using their system of law, you can show that they cannot make you get into a contract of that nature. Just approach them innocently like a lamb. It is crucial to be gentle and humble in all dealings with the government, or the courts never raise your voice or show anger. In the courtroom, always be polite and build the judge up by calling him Your Honor. Give him all the honor that he deserves. He didn't rise to his position by standing on his thumbs. It does no good to be difficult, but rather be cooperative and ask questions in a way that leads the judge to say what you need to have in the record. Section 41. The court reporter in many courts, there will be a regular court reporter. He gets his job at the judge's pleasure, so he doesn't want to displease the judge. The court reporter is sworn to give an accurate transcript of every word spoken in the courtroom.
You heard that a while ago about the court reporter, brothers and sisters. And remember, we were saying that the record of the courts is where we have a lot of power, but who actually assigned the reporter in the courts? You what he said a while ago? The judge.
Say that loud, please.
The judge. It is the judge who assigned this position to the reporter. So he said that he doesn't want to make the judge look bad in his light. But if the judge should be in the court and say something out of the boundaries that he have any jurisdiction, that is already on record, because the thing about the recorder is that they cannot write what is not said. Everything that is said in the court is on record. Bear in mind, you're making a record in this, and the judge themselves have to also be on their P's and Q's. There is no going around the recorder.
But if the judge makes a slip of the tongue, he might turn to his court reporter and say, I think you had better leave that out of the transcript. Just say it got a little too far ahead of you, and you couldn't quite get everything in. So this will be missing from the transcript. In one case, we brought a licensed court reporter with us, and the judge got very angry and said, this court has a licensed court reporter right here, and the court's record is this court reporter's record. No other court reporter's record means anything in this court. We responded, of course, Your Honor, we're glad to use your regular court reporter. But you know, Your Honor, sometimes things move so fast that a court reporter gets a little behind and doesn't quite keep up with it all. Wouldn't it be nice to have another licensed court reporter in the courtroom? Just
What is he doing to the judge right there? Anybody can explain to me?
Well, set up the judge.
He's just softening him up. He's being friendly with him to try and win it. Win over his better nature. And
Yeah.
I bet you it works as well.
Whose advantage?
The brother was
His
talking
advantage.
Yes.
to
But hold on. Let's bring this up to scratch now. You're going into court, and Crystal is coming with me. Now you know that when you reach the court, they tell you what they take up on you, what they say can't go in the courthouse. No cell phone or device. They do you know say that it's actually illegal for them to not allow you to bring your reporter into the court, because that is a reporter we're going to court a while ago, you know. But guess what? How do you become a licensed reporter?
When you notify them.
Yes. If I tell the judge that I work with a news company named Fresh Radio Vibes, and Fresh Radio Vibes gives you a letter say, yes, Crystal is one of our reporters and she's reporting on the case for Danny. Can the judge override that? Freedom of expression. We have to find ways. What the UCC is teaching us is we must not be stupidly running into the courthouse and believing that the courthouse is all of that. You have to use your brain. So the thing now, when you go into the courthouse with your own recorder and record what the judge is saying, and then you can listen back thoroughly what the decision of the judge, because every word that come out of the judge's mouth carry a weight, you know. And if him say foolishness, you can show him say, Your Honor, you say right, yes, I say case dismissed, you know, and then go back, go talk around and say, yes, a court recorder. In our time, that would be a device. Would that be a little pen where you carry inside there and you tape what is taping? Them now if you know say pen is a recorder, and then you have a chip in it where you can play back. Because you have to hold them on the record as to what they say. And then now, remember the man said, it is the questions that you're going to ask that is going to keep you out of trouble too, you know. And the posture or you ask the question. As I've always said, being aggressive and loud, that not really get us nowhere. Because they are expecting us to act like peasants. They might expect us to come off like, "Rah!" No, that's just the agent you're exercising that with. The agent now have nothing to do with you, or the principal will give the agent the order you want to get interaction from.
in case your court reporter got a little behind, so we could fill in from this other court reporter's data? How to free yourself from legal tyranny. Page 40. I'm sure, Your Honor, that you want an accurate transcript. The judge went along with it, and from that moment on, he was cautious of what he said. These are little tricks to getting around in court. This is how to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove when we enter a courtroom. Others are using the same information presented here and end up in jail, handcuffed, and hit over the head because they approach the situation with a chip on their shoulder.
You know that when I usually hear them to be wise as a serpent, but yet still be humble as a dove, I usually take it the wrong way. This is what we preach all the time to our brothers and sisters. Do not get up and tell yourself, say, nothing gonna happen to me. That is living a lie. Tell yourself that when the challenge comes, I will be prepared for it. I may not be perfectly prepared, but I will have some form of insight of preparation. And just as I said, the judge is doing his work. What about you doing your work to keep yourself out of the snare that the judge is? Because the judge is getting paid to do this. Let's stop kid ourselves. This is not no mercy run or to save you. The judge now that I farthest thing for them mind to see. When him know you for save you, who you for him save? You just another number. So with you going as another number, you go as the perfect number where you go outsmart him, but in a legal way, in a lawful way. Sorry, because he's approaching us legally. All right.
They try to tell the judge what the law is and that he is a no-good scoundrel, and so on. Just be harmless and wise. Section 42. UCC 1-308 review. It is so important to know and understand the meaning of without prejudice UCC 1-308 in connection with your signature that we go over this once more. A judge will likely ask you what this means. So please learn and understand this carefully. The use of without prejudice UCC 1-308 in connection with my signature indicates that I have reserved my common law right not to be compelled to perform under any contract I did not enter into knowingly, voluntarily, and intentionally. And I do not accept the liability associated with the compelled benefit of any UN-revealed contract or commercial agreement. Once you state this, this is all the judge needs to hear. Under common law, both parties must enter a contract knowingly, voluntarily, and intentionally, or it can be declared unenforceable and void. The UCC connection page 41. You are claiming the right not to be compelled to perform under any contract that you did not enter into knowingly, voluntarily, and intentionally. And you do not accept the liability associated with the compelled benefit of any unrevealed contract or agreement. The compelling benefit is the privilege of using Federal Reserve notes to discharge your debts with limited liability rather than paying your debts with
La 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 la. Anybody hear that little gem a while ago? You have common law, but within common law, if you have the property of the corporation on you or you're doing business under those property that the corporation own, all of your rights have just been not taken away, but it has been compromised. The dead note that you spend with the corporation is an invitation that you're doing commerce. That is what they call fraud, money laundering, or whatsoever. Because the notes are not money, they're promissory note written by someone. Who owns these notes? The corporation, the federal government. Are you a federal servant? Are you in the army? Are you working at any barracks? No. Then what are you doing with these notes? You know that you're actually walking around with notes that is illegal, is not yours. And if I catch you with it, I can lock you up. Anybody hear me say a while ago?
Yeah, that's why you can't carry over 10,000
Yes, man.
when you're going through the airport.
That is going through the airport on the ground. If them catch you and you are any form of transaction with their notes is considered to be a breach because they say that you have gone into contract with them. How do you come out of a contract with the federal government when you have to spend federal notes? How do you do that? Anybody can tell me?
Notification.
Jesus, mighty God. So you notify and make them know
John
say
Maloney. John
I
Maloney.
hold on. You notify them and let them know that I Kareem is not um the the what the property of the corporation that is using the promissory notes. Who do you notify when it comes on to that? Anybody can tell me?
Well,
Secretary of State.
in
Oh,
England, that was
Yeah.
Chancellor,
Oh man.
Chancellor of the Exchequer.
the Secretary of State. The Secretary of State is responsible for all corporate actions. Remember that. All of your birth paper and everything that you have, the secretary has turned it into money. Where does Federation money, what backs Federation money, people talk up? They say for not learn. Anybody? What gives the federal government currency any sort of
Our
any
energy.
sort of value? Your birth paper.
Yeah.
Federal government reserve is backed by your birth paper. That's why we tell you to declare yourself. When you declare your estate, then you copyright your estate and own your estate. So anyone, what is your property, by the way? Anybody know what your property is as far as the federal government goes? What has the federal government fraudulently given you? Your birth paper with a
This,
name on.
yeah, which is a straw man.
Yes, but this is property. And this straw man is worth millions because that's how the dollar become valuable. It is not backed by gold, it is backed by birth paper. And who own the birth paper? Who is the beneficiary of that estate? You are. But if you don't claim your estate, the registration people them who have you as a straw man, they claim it. So that's why when you go inside there, all of these documents have to be in line. Remember, the IRS is one of the first place that we need to take. Oh, the IRS is the federal government, people. So the first place to get the cease and desist is where? The IRS. This is to notify you that I'm at the age of maturity and I am well sounded to take care of my own affairs. I haven't entered into no contract with any of the above. Me, I wanna have no contract. Please do not make the treasury sign over nothing to nobody. I am a national citizen of the state, not a citizen or a property of the state. So I'm trying to show the unraveling as to when the judge is going to try to charge your estate. The minute the judge find out that you have copyright your name and you have moved into a private capacity, the case over. The only way the judge can get any money from us is when we don't claim our property. What is your property again, my brothers and sisters?
Yeah, birth
Birth
paper.
papers.
Straw man.
Your name. That's why I said, do you understand, Mr. Kareem? I am the beneficiary of
No,
that.
I don't stand underneath. I mean, I stand underneath
No, 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 no.
jurisdiction.
Remember what we say about being courteous to the dumb animals. A dog is very dumb. So when he say that, I am the executive. I am the executive of that estate, that property called Kareem. I am the executive and the beneficiary under the LLC that I have
Yeah,
licensed.
I would say I am the beneficiary.
Yes, yes. I remember. We have to be very this UCC is teaching us how to be very diplomatic. From the minute the agent them start with you, you have to go in a teaching mood, and not an aggressive teaching mood, but a teaching mood to see how far they are along with knowing about our rights. All right, hold on.
With silver or gold coins. It is a compelling benefit because there are no silver or gold coins in circulation. You have to eat, and you can only buy food with a medium of exchange provided by the government. You are not allowed to print your money, so you must use theirs. This is the compelled benefit of an undisclosed commercial agreement. If you have not made a valid, timely
Hold on. You know what I'm saying? An undisclosed agreement because they put it in place where you have to use their currency. So that's a trap. And if you know that's a trap, you have to know how to get out of it. Status.
Entrapment.
Huh?
Entrapment.
Yes, but it is an entrapment by the corporation to keep you under their jurisdiction. So that is why the age of maturity, I, Kareem, family name, given name and family clan name, born on the date that you were born as a national in the state of Jamaica where you were born, you do by hereby declare and affirm the following to get your estate back in order. I am of legal age, having reached the age of maturity in accordance with the laws of the state of Jamaica. Jamaica said under the world thing 18, then 25, but you have 7, 18, and 25 when you can claim your estate. I acknowledge and understand my inalienable rights as an individual. Now, this is the age of maturity that will goes to the department that is having your estate with your copyright. You have to register. We are trademarking our property. All right. I want to drill this in because at the end of the day, anything happen, we must be up to par to even write yourself.
and explicit reservation of your rights under UCC 1 to 308, and you exercise this benefit of using paper non-federal Federal Reserve notes offered by the government. You will be obligated under an implied agreement to obey every statute, ordinance, and regulation passed by government at all levels, federal, local, and state.
Not lawful, but statutes and codes. Once you're doing business with their legal tender, every status and codes that they put down, if you are inside of their jurisdiction as a citizen, a state citizen, you have to abide. All right, there's no going around that. Make we get that clear.
Section 43. Conclusion. The editor of this transcript has taken great liberties in putting this to paper to make it readable and somewhat compact. He wishes to offer his gratitude to Howard Freeman for the opportunity to work with the information so absolutely vital to our survival as dignified, unenslaved human beings. He must also ask Mr. Freeman's forgiveness for any errors committed in getting this to print. Its purpose, as stated in the foreword, is to make this knowledge and wisdom available to as many people as will take the time to read it. This is meant to be supplemental to Mr. Freeman's recorded lectures, not a substitute. How to free yourself from legal tyranny. Page 42. Indeed, there is no substitute for hearing him present this material in his own words. It is not just the law and the facts that are important here, but the way they are used. His numerous reminders of Jesus' commission to be like sheep among wolves cannot be overstated and is undoubtedly good advice to us in all dealings, not just in court or with the government. Hearing him explain this in his own words brings to life the practical application and usefulness of being harmless and wise. After being introduced to this approach, it becomes difficult to imagine that any other way of defending oneself from the government would be effective. One of the most challenging aspects of dealing with a licensed attorney, even a good one, may be knowing whose side he is on. So, for those of us who have concluded that having an attorney means that you will soon be chained, gagged, and led to the gallows, this information may be indispensable. For the extraordinary challenges of appearing in court in one's person-proper, there are few reliable sources of information. Learning to defend ourselves, that is, being responsible instead of turning one more area of our lives over to professionals, may be the only way to have any chance of digging ourselves out of legal tyranny. The most significant problem we face in education today is the matter of widespread legal illiteracy. Naturally, there will always be several people who just don't care about these issues who either 1. Have a soft life supported and maintained by this secret system of institutions and law which has grown up around us. The UCC Connection, page 43. 2. I don't believe anything can be done about it. 3. Don't have the energy or inclination to do anything about it. For those good citizens, this whole effort may seem useless or even threatening. But it is this writer's view that God did not intend for us to spend our lives in statutory slavery for the benefit of a handful of secret world manipulators, even if the masters grant us some token of diversions and pleasure. Human dignity requires much more than entertainment. The door is there, and the key exists. We must find it and use it to return to freedom. Let us discover the mistakes we have made. Let us find the truth. Let us apply it with meekness and wisdom, and let us gently but firmly reclaim the precious liberty and freedom which we have so foolishly given up. Well, there you have it, the UCC Connection. There is also a list of other publications available from the Common Law Grand Jury website, nationallibertyalliance.org. If you find this helpful information, please contact us for a list of our materials.
Very, very, very helpful. And as I said, that is inside of our classroom. We have to memorize this thing. Next, we want to visit, I think next week is the ILO. We want to get all of the necessary information into that segment that we have. Any question? No?
Yes, I have one. I'm trying to do the newspaper thing, and it's very difficult to get in touch with them. Can this be done online? The recording of the age of majority.
You can read it out and videotape it and put it out, but the age of maturity with the one you want to put in the paper, you just find a little gazette that does publication, but other way you can also post it to yourself and seal it. As, as I said, the post office is a gazette in itself where there is places in your post office where you can put up things for 21 days and it cannot come down, as notice, as public notice. You know that?
Okay.
Yeah, you have to ask these questions, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you ask these questions. These are things. The YouTube is a public place also. Facebook is a public place also. But you have to keep track of your thing. You can pay Google $10 and it keep up that inside of the Google search for more than 6 weeks. We have to find, as you hear, you have to be ingenious when you are getting these things done.
One question, brother. Do we have to notarize it before we put it out?
Yep. Very, very important. Very, very important.
But a video can't be notarized, though, can it?
A video, it all depends how you package that video. All depends how you package that video. Because remember that you own the video, right? And by owning the video, anything that is owned is traced back to you, your creation of it. I run a rate. Go ahead.
Also, after, as to my understanding, when you put in the public notice in the newspaper, after the 30 days is up, you should get back some kind of acknowledgement.
Yes, you can get no, you get a receipt from
But then,
the person that
but
owns.
sorry to interrupt, but in terms of social media, if you put out a video on social media, even pay for adverts, would they give you some kind of recognition after say 28 days?
Yes, it all depends on the agreement that you go into with the media house. Because say for instance, if you said to me, Rascalites, I want this to be played for 6 weeks on your radio station. My radio station is an international public platform that has a record. Now it will show, I will give you a printout, but as I said, you want to go to the least hassle. So you will try to make the necessary arrangement with the media house, find out from them how much, what did they do publication for. And there's several little, you go online, punch in Gazette for the area that you are, and it will bring it up, and then you start to have a conversation with them. And remember, like I see somebody doing, I think we should do um, a Nyankopong campaign, a visual, verbal one where you take your smartphone and you say, I am Nyankopong. Now, I saw something similar to that where there's this dude in the UK who does not recognize himself as black. And he have all of his brothers and sisters do a video pictorial, I am white. Now, notice to principal is notice to agent. And we will find all sort of way with the freedom of expression to express ourselves, right? So I do believe that that may be looked upon as a small declaration, but it is a declaration after all that's said and done. And I am Nyankopong is put up on your website, your status. You know, this is a declaration that anything else is coming, your notary, your age of maturity also maybe can record it on your phone and put that as a date and time. You can also, as I said, make it where it is something that you made and then post back to yourself, because these things are going to be needed when people, it's going to be needed when you need to activate your record about your estate. What is your estate? Your estate is your name. So in every corner, you're going to establish your name because your name is your property and your property is what they're trying to charge. So it's very important for us to get this serious. Take out them birth paper there, brush them off, and start to activate your estate, as in claiming your estate. You can claim your estate verbally, you can claim your estate literally, you can claim your estate visually. It is your estate. You are in all the aspect of claiming it. So remember, as we said, when you're copywriting your name, you copyright it in all aspect: front, back, front, middle, end. End, middle, front. Middle, front, end. End, front, middle. That means that anytime they try to use your estate in any shape or form, you are the owner of your estate. Okay? You are the owner of your estate. It belongs to you. And anytime they are trying to use your estate, you can put a block on it. Did you authorize anyone to use your name? No, you did not. But the reason why they can use your name is because they gave it to you and you did not claim it. That's what the UCC is telling us. Before you go to any court, the first thing you have to do is say that you own the property. So when the judge, the prosecutor come up and say, "I have a case against Mr. Eric Jackson. Your Honor, your document will show you who is the real owner for Eric Jackson, and he's going to try to do some of the things to get you upset and take you out of your jurisdiction, which you don't have to get upset because you already have a copyright in your hand. Why are you going to argue with a judge when, Your Honor, this is my property? No, the only there's, as we studied under the UCC, the courts that they carry us in have weight on it. There's 3 courts that they were going to take us to. Traffic court, and that is not a criminal court, is it? No. Common law court, and that is not a criminal court, is it? And then they have criminal court. What do you take? No, criminal offense is what, brothers and sisters? What is a criminal offense?
When somebody gets hurt.
When somebody gets hurt, physically harming someone.
A victim.
That's a criminal. Because it produced a victim. So why do you have civil matter inside of the criminal court? Is there a victim? Is the car hit a cow? Did the car, what the car did? But you don't know the court that you're standing in. So that's why you're there. And they can throw it all in. Because first, what the first thing you're going to ask the judge, away from some other question? What are you going to ask the judge? What kind of court am I operating in, Your Honor? At what jurisdiction, under what jurisdiction does this court operate? This is a criminal court. We try criminal inside here. Your Honor, with all respect, can I see the victim? There has been a crime. Is the state a living man and woman? Brothers and sisters, is the state have 2 eye?
Hell no.
The state have 2 foot?
Hell no.
So the bank now will give you a loan, okay, you come a court. I work underneath the state. Does the bank have 2 eye? Does the bank have? So why am I here under criminal procedures? Now that we're waking up, brothers and sisters, bear in mind that you're going to make educated people look rather ignorant, and that is the worst thing you can do. You just hear what the man said a while ago. You have to make ignorant people step in their own shit. And then when the shit is on their foot, them have to go wipe it off. And that is when they have to realize that it's be a shit they've been doing. So that's why diplomacy come in. And the diplomacy that we have is to move ahead. Moving ahead. When the corporation wants to take it to their courthouse, their slaughterhouse, you have to reach to the clerk of court first. So you can hear what the agent is telling the corporation to do to you. Remember, the corporation don't have a heart, but the agent who write the tickets give you have to know what them are write, because if they write a ticket for a criminal court, that makes sense. That don't make sense at all, Your Honor. But Your Honor don't have any jurisdiction to try any criminal over here, because Your Honor, you're not a real judge. Where's your oath of office? You don't have one. But in criminal court, because there's a fictitious victim if there's none, the judge wants you, he asks if you understand and start play the game, he have you by the hook, right? Yes. The minute you show up to court and don't have your estate in order and make the judge line up that date for you, you're going to have to play by his rule. But if we put the case before on the court of records, then the judge will have to watch every word that come out of his mouth, and the prosecutor. And that is why when you are being harassed by the corporation, them say go and get a lawyer, because the lawyer go down there and get some of the information But sometimes the liar them make it 30 day expire. So the judge get a story and then him follow. Anybody see this? Anybody is really seeing what we're detangling right now? The minute you get a letter from the corporation or a police pull you over, first place you go is where? Clerk of court, man. I check it clerk of court. Because the clerk of court have what? All records.
Yeah, man. Then to the clerk. Once you got
Yeah.
a clerk office, find out everything you want to know.
Yes. And once you know what Officer Nibbles have written down, your affidavits come in handy, right? Because if Officer Brown go and say that him pull you over for speed, you're going to make it in the affidavits know that I did inform him that I'm a national and I am work under laws, not statutes and codes. Your affidavits can be so beautiful. The age of maturity alone is going to throw the judge off because as you hear the age of maturity, that notification is something where you when you get it, it tell you exactly where you stand with your age of maturity. I will let you hear it because it is very much. I acknowledge and understand my enable rights as an individual, all of which are reserved. All of which are reserved. Me no give to nobody. And to prove that it's reserved, attached is my trademark copyright. When the judge here say your thing copyright, what do you think the judge go and say? I don't give a damn about copyright. That means to everybody who have copyright out there, judge don't give a damn about it then, Mr. Jackson. All for one and one for all. I explicitly state that I do not enter into any contractual agreement. When the judge read this, as a judge, if you're reading this, your maturity letter, how would you feel? Do you think that, because this is a declaration of what's going on, in the courthouse. No corporation in the state of America, whether known or unknown, I solemnly affirm the truth and accuracy of the above. So right now, me I swear upon everything in Your Honor. You ready to swear upon everything we have? I am here to swear on it. And this may sound a bit naive, but remember, as to the situation that we are applying this under, it is under duress, it's under force. So that's why we have to be using these words and declaration to defend our estate. All right, brothers and sisters, remember that. Mark it where as soon as an agent is interacting with you, it is not the agent that you get this hard on for. Get it for the principal. Then we're going FUCK. So we go to the clerk of court before the 30 days, 7 days, and you get a full printout of your case, number and everything. And then you start to dissect it with your affidavits to present it long before your court date. You go back to the said clerk of court, push it through the window, make them give you a receipt, so them accept it. And when your time come up, you say, Your Honor, I'd like to draw for Article 442 that was delivered on the 1st of the 3rd.
Just
Two,
that.
yeah.
You can send it certified mail, man.
Huh?
You can
Right.
send it to them certified mail.
Yes, you can. But as I said, if the clerk of court don't want to accept it, of course you can send that.
No,
You know?
man, the clerk, them always accept it, man. Them love to read the sweet thing them come through the pages.
Yes.
Them first always get the information before
Yes.
the prosecutor and the judges and everybody. So the clerk, them love to get them thing they for read. So see what I go on.
Well, it's a see what go on, but them have to keep it intact. because, as I said, we will be drawing for that material. And if the judge didn't get it, because of that, now the clerk of court have to present everything for the case on the day of the case,
No, man, I do it all the time, and that matter I tell you. You send
Okay.
it straight there, and them get the thing them. And how me normally do it, me send one to the clerk itself, one to the judge, and one to the prosecutor.
Yeah, yeah.
So all party know right
Every
before me go in. So one time I go in, case dismiss.
long time, because them not have nothing for hold up them case with. So I say, Miss Barrett, as a Maroon, you are the living man of the land. The judge is operating in our land illegally. I know that, but as I said, Sister Barrett, this is like taking your hands out of the lion mouth. There's a lot of fangs hanging there, and they will scrub you and cut you. So this is what the UCC is trying to tell us. Diplomacy must be our first initiative. Do not, I repeat, do not figure that these agents know about law. They know about legality.
That's it. How do One question? How do you get the? How do? Is there a way you can get like the judge's email address, personal email address?
Why would you do that?
If you want to send him an email in the private.
Yes, I'm sure that all judge when they take off the black coat have a www.com. Yeah, it's just for you to dig into it. But again, with some of these agents, when they are working on behalf of the corporation, they're very egotistical.
Rascalize, that's kind of hard to get unless you're kind of friendly with one of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And no, but they are public entities, judges, because they are mingling with public business. They do have a law firm or somewhere they're attached to.
Agreed, but that's their personal email, so that's why I'm a so.
Well, that needs to be looked in. Because as I said, I know judge that work as attorney and them sitting there on the
Yeah, because
side.
I've been trying to get this judge's attention. I've sent an email in April, but that's just the general email that the lady told me it will get to them and then they'll send it down to the judge. And I've also forwarded a letter the 9th of May and I haven't had a response from any of them. And I called today to say I've sent this email in May and this letter in um in April, and I've sent this letter in May and I haven't heard anything. And they check and they say, oh, we can't see it. I should resend it again and all them kind of stuff.
Oh,
Uh,
come
Go ahead. Okay.
Yes,
I would think
yo,
that sending a personal email is equivalent to knocking on the judge's door at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that I would refrain from that because they can be turned around on you. They could make accusations that it's harassment or whatever, and they'll come right back at you.
Mhm. Remember
so
that.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah. So before any of this, surely one of the first things that we should be doing is notifying the courts with the public record.
That's why the county that you live in has a certain principle there that you send these notification to. Now within the judge and the police and all of them in the United States, that is Homeland Security. Letter to Homeland Security is letter to judge, prosecution, police, and all the above. But then, for you to be more inside, you have the Department of Defense. Now, if one notification fail, there must be backup, and that's why we give you all of these places that need to be informed. Say you're not from America, you're a national, a foreign national. the Minister of Foreign Affairs have to be notified. The government notifies Nyankopong, the nationals. But if you want to have a stronger case, a simple notification and file to Foreign Affairs Office is easy. Okay? Police headquarters is just like the judge's headquarters. Interpol is just like the judge's headquarters. And again, we say the Secretary of State is a surety because that's where the commerce line starts from. All right. Any more question?
Yeah, but what may I say?
Yes.
In the first place, before you even get to court, they should have had that's where the public record should go.
Yeah, but you have time on your hand now because no challenge has come to your estate now. But that's why we're trying to have these notifications go out from now. Personally, the government has done the Secretary of State. The president is what we are making notes where even with this notification of August 17, that's why we're using one big bubble where Nyankopong will be all over the place. So somebody said Nyankopong, they cannot be like Nyanka who? Because we will be putting the stamp. But as personal brothers and sisters in your jurisdiction, a letter to these places would be of your benefit also. We don't wait to act. We are very proactive.
Another question. If the person is incarcerated, could you send out affidavits for them and notifications? Not affidavit, notifications for them.
You will have to as far as witnessing for someone who is in lockup, because even where I'm going right now to get my initiation, Brother Michael was supposed to get his initiation, but he didn't do it. And I could do it over the phone, but I have to have that verbal audio from the person because we're witnessing for them, but we are not them. So witnessing for someone has to be in a written consent or a verbal consent. Good?
Thank you.
Angela, I send the necessary information to your dad. I did tell you that already, so you say you see it for one. I have to go over to this initiation over by the Moorish temple. Is there any other question we have here, brothers and sisters?
Congrats.
Yes, thank you so much. Wait till I get it. I get in all of these things.
No,
And
sending the congrats now.
I'm getting my feathers.
Yes, you're getting it.
Hopefully next week I have feathers on. Boy, what a piece of thing. But this is where we have to leave it until tomorrow. Nana supposed to come through. I hope she does. Because Akeem asks what with this at the class. Him now getting full charge. So Akeem, I will talk. I have spoken to Nana already. I make sure knows that she will be available, but I'm going to confirm it later on.
All right.
Yeah. Until then, we shall have you.
We shall
We
have
shall
We
have
shall
thee.
live.
We shall be.
We shall be. All right.
Find time to save the human race. Love, unity, and empathy has no place among the human race. In this transition, when we live in love and harmony and show respect with unity, Only love can set us free to fight injustice wherever it be. Just said the hungry must be fed, but man can't live by only bread. We have the future in our hands. Let's take the trot to the promised land. Jamaica, Ethiopia, America.